Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Luke Mick here, and this is my review for The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. So The Hobbit 2, I'll just call it, it's a lot easier than saying The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. So The Hobbit 2, the sequel to The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, was a movie that, I was kind of looking forward to. I thought the first Hobbit movie was pretty good. I liked it. It obviously had very bad pacing issues. I mean, that's been clearly stated in many reviews and in many people's opinions. But, going into this next one, I was really excited because I liked in the trailer the dragon, Smaug. I just thought that part looked really, really cool. That's what really got me excited for the movie. And did it live up to my excited expectations? Unfortunately, no. I have a couple of beefs with this movie, and we're going to talk about it in this review, but there still are good things about it as well. So basically, the story is Bilbo and the dwarves, and Gandalf, I guess. I had a little bit of a voice crack, but we'll just go with it. Anyways, they are continuing their journey to get to the mountain where they have to find the crystal ball to get the divine right for Thorin, the main dwarf, to be king of the land again. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. I'm pretty sure that's their drive in the movie, and I have not read the book, so if I'm a little shooken up by that, just don't mind it, whatever. I'm not a Hobbit fanboy or enthusiast. I'm just talking as a normal film goer. So, anyways, they just continue their journey, and of course, by the end of it, if you've seen the trailer, that they get to the dragon Smaug, and, that's pretty much the story. It's just the journey is continued. Did I think it was good? Yeah, the pacing is definitely a lot better. There's definitely more stuff going on in this one. They cut to the chase a lot quicker. There's more interesting things going on. It didn't really ever slow down. It was just, good old Lord of the Rings Hobbit fun. The performances are pretty good. I mean, Martin Freeman as the Hobbit, I really like him as Bilbo Baggins, and the other guy, I don't know his name, the guy who plays Thorin is good. Orlando Bloom is back as Legolas, and he's obviously the elf with the bow and arrow. He's good in the movie too. I mean, all the performances are generally good, but there was one thing with characters that really, really bothered me, or two things. One thing is that I don't know what Gandalf was doing in this movie. He really wasn't in it a whole lot, and like I said, I didn't read the book, so I don't completely understand what was happening, but I'm just gonna say this the way I see it. It just seemed like the whole time Gandalf was getting molested. Like, that's what I think was happening, because he was trying to go find something, and he was all alone throughout the most of the movie, and I just don't know what he was doing, and he was just kind of getting his ass kicked. So, I don't know what Gandalf was up to. And then there's this other female elf and this dwarf, and they have this love interest going, and I thought that was just so tacky. It was just very forced. It didn't feel natural at all. I just did not buy into their relationship. It was just a stupid little side story, and that's kind of what Gandalf's thing was like too. His was like a little side story as well, and both the side stories, both the romantic part and the Gandalf part, just sort of took me away from the rest of the movie, the big picture of trying to get to the mountain. I don't know, but the romance thing was just so cheesy. I really did not like that part at all. Tell me guys what you thought about that, because that was a glaring problem for me. The movie is obviously directed well by Peter Jackson. It's a lot of nice looking special effects. I do think that this movie has an overuse of CGI, and I might have mentioned that in my Hobbit review a year ago. The orcs, or are they orcs? I think they're orcs. The orcs in this movie are almost all CGI. I mean, there are more parts in this one where the orcs are practical effects when you get really up close to them, but I don't know why they couldn't just use the costumes and practical effects like they did in Lord of the Rings, because they looked so cool in those movies, but they just look dumb, and it really takes me out of the movie when you use CGI when it isn't necessary. And speaking of taking me out of the movie due to excessive CGI, Legolas, the elf, there is a lot of CGI done with this character. There's really cool parts that are filmed very well, and you get to see a lot of really cool things happening on the camera. There's a scene with barrels, and Legolas is like jumping across this like river type thing a lot, but his character turns into CGI a lot, and it really bothers me. Even though it was kind of a cool scene, it just really took me out of the whole experience with some CGI person flying around with arrows. I don't know, it really bothered me. And another thing I just am going to complain about here is something that I'm sure was true to the book, but it just sort of bothers me about the whole thing, is that the movie seems more focused on Thorin, and I really wish we could have gotten to see more of Bilbo, because I actually really like Martin Freeman as Bilbo, and I like his character, and I think that he has a lot of great dialogue, and he just plays the role well, so I really wish we got to see him more often. Obviously, there's the big piece with him and Smaug, the dragon, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, which was just perfect. Benedict Cumberbatch in this movie as the dragon was awesome. And that whole part with the dragon, it's like 30 minutes of them playing cat and mouse with it. That part is just so awesome. That is the highlight of the movie. But I really wish we got to see more of Bilbo just sort of weaseling his way through things and having to talk himself out of situations, because personally, I think those are the most interesting parts of the movie. I don't need all the action and CGI Legolas jumping around. I just want to watch the dialogue between Bilbo and whoever he's up against. Like in the first Hobbit movie, him and Smeagol in the cavern or whatever, that was definitely the best part of that movie, and it had me on the edge of my seat because their game of words was just so perfect. It was so well written and so well performed by both actors, and that's what I really like about the Hobbit movies, is when Bilbo gets to shine. So guys, that's my review for The Hobbit. It wasn't bad. There was too much CGI in my opinion, some really dumb side stories. But you know, they really fixed the pacing in this one. There are some good action scenes, and Smaug, Benedict Cumberbatch, he is just awesome as Smaug the dragon. So guys, I'm gonna give the movie 3 out of 5 stars. In the long run, I did like the first one more. Even though the pacing isn't as good, I just think that scene between Bilbo and Smeagol in the first one was just so good. So guys, that's my review for The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. Please tell me what you guys thought below, and obviously subscribe. I'll talk to you later.